Welcome to my little Tantra workshop. I am Gudrun Silvestre and I will explain you something about Tantra. Tantra, or the tantric energy, is not something we can learn. It's not a tool like yoga we can practice. It's an energy that flows through us when we offer ourselves as a pure vessel. Tantra is connected to purity, to emptiness, to love. So when this energy flows through you in a deep meditation, spontaneously, you know that it's Tantra. There's no doubt around it. Even if you never heard something about Tantra, you never read something about, when you feel that energy, you just know this is it. So in this course we talk about how you can open yourself, how you can prepare yourself to receive this tantric energy in your body and in your energetic system. And when you feel it, it's like an explosion, it's like ecstasy, it's like you feel the source inside yourself. You feel yourself as the fountain of youth. It's really like that. You feel connected with eternity. You are in eternity because you are eternity, actually. You are like an eternal being. So when you are present in that moment, completely surrendering to that kind of state, energy, you feel like pure life. You feel the pure vibration of life, the miracle of our existence coming from nothing. You feel also the dance of the female and the male inside you. It's actually your natural state, like where we come from and where we go back to. Yeah, there are certain steps we can do. And we will talk about that, how to come in that kind of meditation where the tantric, and to invite the tantric energy. And we can't force it. If we expect it, it will not come. Also, expectation is a big blockage. So either it comes or it doesn't come. It's simply said like that. But if it comes, then you really, really feel it, and it fills you with joy, with health. Yeah, it's actually the answer to what you were looking for. So let's talk about certain steps to invite this energy in our life and to open our body and energetical system to feel the tantric energy. So let's talk about nature. Also, we are nature, and it's very important to understand how the energy flows and where you find this life force. So when I bought this plant, this beautiful orchid, the flowers were here, and then they fell off at one point, and I thought about what to do now. Like, we love flowers, so it was just nothing on it. And after a while, I saw that new flowers come. Yeah, and now it's really, really like full of life, and yeah, the potential of the plant is lived. The plant opened the flower, and it's a very good example to understand that everything comes from nothing. There was a point where no flowers were there. So the blossoms came out of the emptiness, came from the nothing. And this is the miracle we need to understand, that nature, that we human beings, come from nothing. So from this nothing, what is the source for everything what is manifested. This source, this source of life, this is what flows through us and lets us live. It lets us live, the flowers, the plant, the whole earth. So this source, what is a miracle, is the tantric energy. We really want to bring to, like, let flower inside us. Like all human beings, all plants, all animals have the tendency, the potential to fully open, to fully live, and fully incorporate our purpose. We want to experience ourselves. So every energy has the tendency to develop to ecstasy, to be fully lived. And when something is fully lived, it can dissolve. So when you look at nature, in the winter there's nothing. Nothing. It's just like there's snow, everything is covered by snow, or it's just grey. Then in spring, everything comes out. Like you see the little green leaves, you see little flowers, like little blossoms opening. It gets like a feast of life, a feast of vibration. The life force is coming like a big wave. Yeah? And then you see everything growing, opening, everything is opening. Every flower has the purpose, the potential to open. Not every flower will make it. A lot of seeds, but not every seed will become a flower. It's like we humans. So the purpose, the potential, the tendency of the flower is to grow and then open the flower. And then bees come, everything, and then like they build the new seeds, or fruits. To grow and get more, to become more, to give life further to new plants, spirits. So this is the sexual energy we have inside us to melt first and then to create new life. We all want to create new life. This is the sexual energy of the universe, to create from something new. Yeah? So this ecstasy, this orgasm with the universe, when new life arises, when new life comes, this is the Tantra. Tantric energy, the source to ecstasy, to explode, to flower, to dissolve in love. And we feel then like the point when we melt, like it can also be with partners. That's why Tantra is always like often used to experience sexual practices and to feel that melting point with the partner, with the universe, this orgasm. But you also can have orgasm with life, with the whole universe, with yourself, like when you feel exploding and like the fountain of youth, like everything what cannot die, the source never can die, it just comes out more and more and more from nothing. It can never get empty. And you are this source, and it flows through you. You just need to find the access, and you just need to open yourself to receive that energy. And then you understand the duality and the yin-yang, the female and male aspect, what is important in Tantra. We will talk more about that. So we are mainly blocked. That means we are not pure. We have wishes, desires, problems. We eat unhealthy food. We are distracted by social media. We are not connected with nature, so the energy can't flow in us. It's like most people are stuck in the programs. So look at nature and understand the purity of nature. When you look at it, you see it can heal itself, like our body. When we let our body, like, it can heal itself, and nature can heal itself. It can clear itself when you put toxic in the water. Like, first it's bad, but after a while the water clears itself. Nature takes back its space. Also in cities, like everywhere, it would take back its space. So in nature you find this life force, this never-ending source of life expressing itself. Like the divine energy is expressing itself in 1,000 forms. Everything is possible. All those flowers, all those animals, we human beings. So I can just advise you to go in nature and experience this energy there. Buy back the excess. Most of us lost the excess completely. So go back and feel the trunk of a tree, or feel the tenderness of a flower, of a blossom, and connect. Yeah, touch it and feel the vibration of life in it. Look at it and see like the little veins in it. It's almost like you can't even imagine how something like this can be created out of nothing. And it feels really pure. You feel the door to divinity, to eternity. So nature comes from eternity and goes back to eternity. Yeah, like us. Like we are just a reflection of the cycles of the year, also with us. Like in spring, like we are born, and then we flower, and in autumn we go back, and in winter we are beyond this body. We also will talk about that. Life and death and the Tantra beyond. So yeah, nature is a never-ending story. It can develop, it can change its forms, but everything comes from the same source. So when you once experience this source where we are coming from, the source where we find pure love, where everything is connected, everything is one, then you know what Tantra is. Also connect with the plants in your house. You can talk to them, you can go in the park, just see what nature does with you, and connect with the silence of nature, the ecstatic silence of nature. Learn from nature. Also, we are here to open our flowers. We want to open. We are also flowers, beautiful flowers. We want to experience ourselves as who we are. This is Tantra. To really fully live, to experience this state of ecstasy inside us, in full creativity and in full love and overflowing love. To be fully present in our body. So you can learn this from nature. You are nature yourself. So I can just tell you, go out and lie in the grass, look in the sun, feel the air on your skin, and connect with where you're coming from. So Tantra is the point beyond duality, and that's why the male and the female principle is very important to understand and to live and to experience in us. That's why Tantra is so connected to sexual practice, because there the female and the male energy comes together and is melting into the orgasm. Both is like dissolving and it's getting one with the universe. So this point, this is the tantric, this is the real Tantra, this solution in eternity, this ecstasy, this life force, what creates new life. Because when we experience that, even our bodies create new life. The woman receives the seed, and a new baby is growing from nothing. And it's the same in nature. The female and the male come together, a new life is created. This sexual energy, what is transcended in the energetic aspects of the universe. This is Tantra. So, not just the physical connection, we are looking for that to experience, to experience what I just mentioned. But most people, they just came together, have sex, and they don't feel this kind of connection or this kind of ecstasy. So in Tantra, you practice that. But this is like the physical aspect, what can lead to the spiritual, energetic aspect. And here we talk about the spiritual, the energetic aspect of the whole universe, the life force. And for that we don't need, we actually don't need like sexual practices. We can just feel this energy, this orgasmic energy, this ecstasy in ourselves. And then we also feel the flow, the dance of the male and female aspects in ourselves. Without that, life wouldn't be possible. This is also like any kind of duality, like we have the dark and the light inside us. It's the yin and yang. Without that, the duality, the yin-yang, the male-female, the plus-minus, the world couldn't exist like it is. Life is requiring these opposites. And then, with the Tantra, with the orgasm, you go beyond. So both is existing, the source, the tantric energy, the unconditional love, where everything is one, where we come from and where we go to. And then the forms, what this life force, the forms, what this source is forming. Sorry, my English. Okay, so the tantric energy is creating life, forms, nature, plants, everything, and is changing the forms all the times. And this spectrum of life is always happening in the realm of duality. Life is always between dark and light, good and evil. And as bigger the extremes are, as more space we have in between where life takes place. So as long we are here in our human bodies, as long we are playing this game here on earth, to experience ourselves, to go our journey back to ourselves, to this tantric divine energy, where we come from and where we go back to, we always deal with duality. Also in ourselves, everything is ourselves, the whole universe, all those aspects in ourselves. So also the male and the female. And this orgasmic state, we want to reach, for example, through sexual practices, but you can also reach it in a different way. But it's like very concentrated, reflected in our bodies. And that's why we always want to have sex, to feel it and to make more out of ourselves, like becoming that kind of being. We were born, like a newborn baby still has it, and when we go back to death, we also get it back, like if we die consciously. So we want to reach this space, and this is also the space where new life comes. So we want to give life to other beings. We want to have children because of that. So it's important to understand the duality as the manifestation of forms, and then the point beyond where both melts and goes to non-duality. For that, it's important in our physical bodies to understand what female energy is and what male energy is. So me as a woman, I experienced what female energy is before 10 years. Before that, I had no idea. I had really no idea. From my energy, I was a child, mainly a child, and I had a lot of male energy. So this happens because of our culture mainly, because when we grow up, we as girls mainly do the same like boys. We are raised in the same way, and later we also work. We do all the kind of jobs, work, and things what men do. The most women don't have any access to their female energy. They don't even know what female energy is, what the female power is. What is our power? We as women, we open, we receive. We are like the earth. Seeds are planted in us, whatever seeds there are, and we give something back, like we make it flower, we give even more back. It's like put a seed in the earth and a flower will grow and the earth gives a flower back. This is what we are doing. We nourish everything what comes in us with our love, make it flower and give it back. We transform. Even if somebody would give hate in us, we would transform it and give love back. Like the earth is the best example. Like put toxics and whatever in the earth and it will regenerate itself, heal itself, give nature flowers back. Doesn't matter what you put. No? So women, we have the immense power of transformation, of love. We open, we receive, we can be soft, we can easily surrender normally. So it's like love is the biggest power what is existing. There's no bigger power than love. So we have this love inside us because we transform things, we open, we create new life. A seed comes inside us, we create new life, a baby grows inside us. So we are miracles. And also the men, of course. So the men, they give, they are givers, they are providers, they protect the female aspect. They give life inside it by like giving seed. So the sun is also male, for example, it's shining on the earth, so everything can grow and flower. So the man is the force what is penetrating, what is giving inside. When you look at the tantric aspect of two bodies that make love, we have the plus and the minus. So the plus is the penis of the man. The seed goes inside the yoni of the women, and she receives there her minus pole, and then energy goes up into her heart. Her heart is the plus. The energy comes out into the chest, the heart of the man, where is the minus, and he's receiving. He's receiving that love. It goes down and has a penis and gives the seed back to the women. So this is the sacred circle, and we find it everywhere in nature. So the man is giving and also receiving, and where he is receiving in his heart, this is his female aspect. So when a man forgives, when a man is soft, then he is receiving, and there it's easy. The female aspect, it's easy to find the tantra, because the tantra is filling. The tantra is filling us. It's flowing through us. So it's important for you to understand what female and male energy is, and the jobs, what you're doing and everything, what makes it out of you. How do you look like? Do you look male or female? Are you as a man really male? Did you understand what male energy is? And as a woman, do you know what female energy is? So we need to understand both poles in order to feel ourselves as our own women or as our own man. this dance, we want to feel this dance inside us. And inside you as a woman, you feel your female energy like flowing, soft, full of surrender. It's like in bliss, like receiving. At the same time you feel also the male energy, because when the female energy is there, this pole, the male energy also needs to be there. There's no other way around, otherwise you would already be beyond. So when you feel your female energy flowing, there's always the male energy. That's why you feel like your own woman, and you are your own man. When you go out there with your female energy, you protect yourself. If somebody's coming, you would protect yourself. That's your male energy. It's always working together. And the very beautiful state in the Tantra is when you feel both inside you. When you lay down and you feel your own energy as a woman, and at the same time you feel how it's being held by your male energy. And when you can dance this dance of both energies and genders inside you, you can create through the melting of it, through the joy of it, you can also reach this orgasmic point inside you, where both gets one. Where both gets one, you step beyond and you step in the orgasmic state, in the ecstasy, in the state of fountain of youth, eternity, love, joy. So when both aspects inside you come together, you go beyond. That's why we say everything is one. This is like where the flower opens its blossom. So do the practice to always feel deeply inside your energy and observe where you are at. Do you feel male? Do you look in the mirror? Do you have hearts, mimics, or something about like your habits, clothes? As a woman you would consider as male, like where are your male aspects? What job are you doing? What kind of job? Where are female? When do you feel female? Maybe with your partner, maybe when you're outside, maybe also when you work, maybe you have a nurturing job. So try to clear both energies inside you and observe it and get bigger, expands. Like I said before, when you have two extremes, the extremes are far away from each other, there is a lot of space in between, space of life. So if your female and male energy is like in a gray zone, like you don't really feel both, you don't even know what you are, if you're male, female, like both came together in this society where you make both jobs, like both energies, then there is no, like how can it come together and melt? Like as bigger the spectrum is, as more it can come together and as bigger can be the orgasm. So that's why it's really, really important for you to live your real gender as a man, to be really male, to really understand what male energy means, and also to live that, to fulfill that, to step up, to come into your male power, to integrate the anger inside you, to fight when it's necessary, to provide, to take responsibility, to radiate, to give your joy, to bring your creations into this earth, to bring that energy into this earth. As a woman, it's important to always remember who you are and what you want to be, like what you want to do out of your life. You have the chance to be in your stillness. A woman can be really in a calm energy, in a stillness, in a receiving emptiness. And when you give birth to a child, to really be there for your child, to understand that the motherhood put a crown on your head. And I don't mean that you just need to be mother. Also the healer or shaman inside you, like the magical being with its purpose, wants to be lived, and also the woman inside you that wants to connect with a man wants to be lived. That's totally fine. But when you have a child, then understand what chance this is for you to flower even more, because you gave new life into the universe. So the purpose and the way of living for a man and a woman is different. And like I said, you can live both, male and energy, but you need to be aware of that, and you need to understand the dance of both. And when you integrate both into your system, then you can come to that joy to be just with yourself and heal both aspects inside you, and then flower inside it. Make both one. This is very important to understand the female and the male aspect. Come out of that neutral energy, this energy of unconsciousness, where you forgot what a woman is and what a man is. For Tantra, it's very essential to understand that. So when you integrated more the flow and the miracle of the nature and found yourself in it, and also when you see and experience more clear your female and male aspect, you might have noticed that with that experience a lot of fog or unconsciousness raise up. Like you feel, like there was a layer, there was a blockage, like how couldn't I feel that? Like, or you stare at nature and you see, okay, like there is something, but I have something in front of me that blocks me from really experience or receiving it. So you be aware more of your programs, and what like garbage, what filled you up. Like also when you try to find your female energy inside you, or your male, there might be a lot of concepts around it, or fear and traumas, unintegrated anger. So you become more aware of what blocks your system, of like really flowering, experience your duality, or your connection, your access to nature. You as an empty vessel where the energy can flow through. Maybe you feel far away from that, and this is because you experience a lot of trauma. The childhood is always very important. What happened? Fears from society, like stuff you experience as a human being, what made you to the woman or man you are now, like your energetical system. But what is also very important is pollution, from the environment, then all the digital stuff, the garbage what you see in television and a lot of movies and programming stuff, the wrong food, conditioning by society, who and how you need to be, what kind of job you need to do, what your workers, your responsibilities. So we are like brainwashed. And how can the energy flows through a completely stuffed, brainwashed, blocked system? So how can you feel any tantric energy? It's barely possible. Everything is possible, but this is barely possible. Maybe it can happen spontaneously through a certain event. So that you open in that moment so much that the energy flows through. But normally, in the daily life, you feel probably blocked. So and have less life energy, less life force. So to experience Tantra, you really need to deblock your system, you need to purify. When you purify and you become a transparent vessel, a transparent energetical system and body, then the energy, like, because you are the source yourself, like it can just flow. Yeah, you just prepare yourself and it flows. You just need to deblock. So what can you do to purify yourself, to open yourself? You always can do it from inside and outside. Both works together. So when you work from in your outside, in your body, for example, and your environment, you also it has an effect to your inner being. Like you also clarify your inner reflection to that. Yeah? But also when you do something inside, like meditation, for example, it has an effect to your outside, because when you come inside in a stillness, a divine space where you can see more things, become more aware of everything, you can change something in the outside. You would probably maybe clean up afterwards, yeah, or change something in your life. But if you feel very blocked and you don't have the access to meditate, what is the case in most cases, so like somebody sits down, tries to meditate, and then everything happens, just not meditation. Thoughts come, you think about this, you get even crazy because your stuff, everything comes up. Everything what you suppress and compensate with chocolate or television comes up. And then it gets too much for you. It flies around you, it makes you like, and you think, no, I can't do this. You get up and eat your chocolate. So this has not a good effect on the outside. So don't over-challenge you with something, and you don't do something you don't feel you have already maybe the access to. If it's difficult to inside to get the access, what is probably the case, better go on the outside and begin there, because also doing yoga, eating the right things, has an effect in your inside. It clarifies your inner being. So you'll feel better. Yeah? Very, very important, and this is the first step, is the nutrition. Like you are what you eat, right? So when you eat something natural, what comes from nature, what your genetics is adapted to, then it nourishes you. It's like nutrition. Yeah, it should nourish you. It should give you vitamin, minerals, everything what you need to make your body work. When you have animals that eat the wrong food, they get sick. There you see it very clearly. So if there are ducks in the lake and you give them bread, they get sick because they are not made to eat bread. The dogs or cats people have in the houses, they often give them like bad food from the tin. What they normally wouldn't eat, they would eat outside as a wolf or like a big cat meat, raw meat. So they eat the wrong stuff, they get sick, they get cancer, any kind of stuff. When the pigeons outside or the rats in the city, they eat the garbage, they get sick, they have a lot of diseases. So in nature, when the animal eat what it needs, what the system is made for, it's healthy. Nature is healthy. There's not a lot of sickness. So sickness happens in civilization. Yeah? And with the animals we can see it very clearly. So also we are animals from our constitution, from our nature, from our body. So we need to eat what is our body made for, and what comes from nature. Like all the human beings, all like the years before us, all those generations, thousands and thousands of years, they ate plants raw. Before they had fire and tools or weapons, they ate plants raw. Probably when they could catch it, also animals. But different probably, because like before we had weapons, like we wouldn't run into the forest and catch a deer with our hands. And also we don't have the teeth, like the teeth of a animal what is like, my English, hunting with teeth, like biting and get the raw meat out. We wouldn't be able to do that. So we probably sometimes caught little animals or maybe ate insects. I don't know. Maybe some eggs when we found a nest in spring. What is not a normal part of nutrition, I think, is any kind of bread with gluten, this kind of cereals, also milk products, because at that time they didn't eat that. So it's kind of new, and I feel it unhealthy. Like from my feeling, it's very unhealthy for the body, and I don't eat it. I was a long time I was vegetarian, because I had the feeling I don't like meat is not good for my energetic system. Then I ate a little bit meat again. It was better, but now I made a fasting, and since that I just eat raw vegan. And I need to say this is for me the best, because what I eat is alive. I just buy organic stuff. I feel way more open in my body, way more soft, connected. I always had a kind of issues with my stomach before. Like when I ate something, it got really hard and big. I couldn't pull my belly back inside. It was really uncomfortable. And since I do this kind of nutrition, it's completely away. My belly is flat. I'm really fit, full of energy, vital. It's a completely different thing. Like I feel way more clear and pure in my energetical system, in my body. It's a incredible increase of quality of life. I feel way more connected, and I definitely want to keep that for myself. Maybe at one point I would eat a little bit meat, but I'm not sure. I don't even have the wish, the need to do it. It doesn't feel necessary. No, it's like for me everything what comes from nature and is raw makes me feeling more transparent. I mainly eat just vegetables, raw vegetables and nuts. I also don't drink coffee anymore. What was very hard for me actually, the hardest thing. But now I drink cacao. Like raw cacao, this is the only thing what I heat. So I'm not fanatic, you know. I heat raw cacao and drink it with stevia and coconut milk, and for me it's like the best in the morning now. Like way better even than coffee. I don't have any need for coffee anymore. It was just 2 weeks. Like I needed to get rid of that addiction. And the first 2 weeks I actually was a kind of like powerless. I needed to adapt. Yeah, also after the fasting, it was a kind of difficult. I also lost kilos a lot. Otherwise, I would have continued with the fasting, but I got too thin, so I stopped. And but then very quickly afterwards, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I gained my weight back, more muscles, and way more vitality and power than before. My yoga got way better, so I feel the difference, what makes the nutrition in your body and in your mind. And also before I always ate healthy, organic, and but I had eggs and dairy, so both, and cooked stuff. Cooked stuff I don't really feel like food anymore because it doesn't feel alive for me, but it's a question of taste. Yeah? I'm not against it. Like if you want to eat cooked stuff, do it. Yeah, anything what feels pure for you, and what is organic. Like the quality is very important. If you eat meat, I just would eat meat that is organic. Like honestly, like where the mass production takes place and the energy there, you don't want to have that in your body. You don't want to support that on earth. Dairy I don't feel is good for the body, like personally. Maybe it's for you, but not for me. Eggs also don't serve me. So what you can try is just to try it out, to make to change your nutrition into raw vegan. If you can't do it, maybe into vegan. If you need like animal protein. I rather would eat meat than milk products, if it's a very good quality, rather than milk products, definitely. I won't consume eggs or too many eggs. And processed food. Don't eat processed food. What wouldn't grow in nature. Just eat as natural as possible. What just comes from nature, organic, and don't process stuff. This is like intoxicating your body and makes you sick and ill and blocks you. If I would now eat a pudding from the supermarket and whatever, like a bread, I'm also not for bread, not for cereals, not at all. It would completely block me. I would be, you couldn't talk to me like 3 days, you know, like it's like this kind of clock what goes around my system, and then when I come out, I just realize how deep I was away from myself. So as more pure you are, as more open you are, you feel way more. So when you're blocked now by food and you eat more of this kind of stuff, you won't even feel it, because you're already, like, your energetic system is adapted to that. But when you purify yourself, then you feel it. Then you feel it way, way more, what you put inside your body and what you become through that. So, for example, after a long period of fasting, if you eat an apple, it completely nourishes you, completely different. Like if you eat a burger afterwards, you would puke. Yeah? You wouldn't even handle it. So, to purify yourself in order to be transparent, to become the vessel, to feel the source inside you, eat healthy stuff. Yeah? And then you also feel, your body will feel what you want to eat, yeah? How much you need, when you need something. Most people just eat too much. They compensate, they don't need it. Yeah? So your body gets back the natural feeling, like an animal just eats when it's hungry. It wouldn't eat just to compensate and just to eat. Yeah? It would never do that. It was like completely counterproductive. Wouldn't have, would be completely full and can't run away when it's being hunted or wants to hunt. So yeah, some the lions maybe and snakes would eat more, but then they lie around for a few weeks and don't need to eat anything, and that's fine. Nobody will attack it. So come back to your roots within nutrition, and this is like a very, very important stuff. If you really mean it serious with tantric energy and to experience yourself and to come into that flow and to go beyond life and death, if you really want that, then begin now, and don't say maybe in 1 week and like whatever, you know, like maybe this or that, and you drink or do it anyways. Yeah, you need discipline. You will feel how your mind also clears and how you come into another space. So begin now and see the difference inside you, and also connect it with the other steps we will talk about now. There's also an inner way to purify yourself, what is extremely important and necessary for you in order to feel the source, to connect with the source, to feel the tantric energy flowing through you, to open. And this is called love. Love is, you can say the same or a huge aspect of the tantric energy. You can't separate both. So I give you a little insight of to understand what love is. You can describe it as dissolution. Everything on earth dissolve in any moment. Like something in us dissolves. Yeah? Like it get like a cell, for example. When the cell lives its life, like it dissolves and like a new cell comes. Yeah? When a dead body, like a body is dead, it dissolves and something new increases. Yeah? Anything what dissolves becomes another thing, like another form. Yeah? Even if you can't see it, something dissolves. The the solution is happening non-stop with everything. There's not something stagnant. Yeah? Like no form is stagnant. Like when you take maybe a stone, maybe it needs trillions to change, like to get another form. Yeah? But also that will become different. So you can't see things dissolving. Like with some things you can. Yeah? But with some things you can't see how it dissolves and gets into something new. It doesn't matter, it will happen. Like it is happening. So when something dissolves, this is love. Yeah? It comes to the point of love. And from there it gets like something new again. Yeah? So the point where something is dissolved, like dissolves, and becomes a new thing, this point between, and it's there all the time, it's eternity, because all the time something dies and arises new. Yeah? In the moment something dies, already something new is arising, and exactly this point of eternity, what is there, what is beyond dying and getting rebirth, what is exactly there, this is love. That's why everything is one. And that's why everybody who experiences that everything is one feels love. Yeah? Everybody who feels love is connected with everything. When you have your heart open, it's not just open for one person, it's open for other people. Otherwise it's not real love. Then it's an attraction, attachment to a person. But not real love. When you feel real love, you feel it for everything, the whole creation. Because your heart is open, the energy flows through. So, love is eternity, yeah? Because it is beyond life and death. It is what's creating both. Yeah? It is the point where we are one, where we came from and where we are going to, and where we are all the time. Actually, we just don't feel it. Yeah? But we are there all the time because we are dying in every moment, and we are like something new increases us also in any time. Yeah? When a child is growing, like an old cell dies, and you are coming, like it's growing, it's changing the form. Yeah, it's getting adults. That's everything, the appearance, everything is changing. Yeah, it's like it dies in every moment and it's reborn in every moment, becomes something new. And that point where both life and death meets, this is love. Yeah? So everything goes back to love. We dissolve and go back to love. And that's why we are eternal. Yeah? We just need to step into that point, and from there life is increasing. Yeah, the tantric energy is like the source coming out. So we want to experience that. That's why we need always to follow our heart. Like this is so important when we really want to open, really want to feel who we are, we really want to become immortal. We need to be connected with our heart. Open our heart and always do what love would do, where our heart leads us to. So now we have again those blockages, right? Like anger, hate, unconsciousness, like we want to revenge for something, like somebody hurt us. Some of us are full of bitterness. I understand all of that, yeah, suffering. I also suffered a lot in my life, and in that moments you can't even imagine that there's something called love. You don't know, like you forgot about what it is. Maybe you didn't even, maybe you never experienced what love is. Maybe you need an initiation. So love is actually what saved me. I was in situations and that a quantity of pain, I wouldn't have survived also mentally. And remembering people in my life I really love deeply from my heart saved my life. To remember that love is existing, that love is there. Even I couldn't feel it, but I knew I felt it already, so it must be there. And just this thought, what it was enough to go one step back to the source. And if it just was one step from 10,000, but there was one step, what can already the life-saving step. So Always, in any kind of situation, in any kind of challenge, ask yourself, what would my heart do now? For example, if you don't want to forgive something, if you want to revenge, then ask yourself, what would my heart do? And even when the heart say forgive and don't do it, like even if you can't forgive, that's also fine. You don't need to. It just comes. It comes on its own when the time is ripe, and if you really want it, it will just come. You don't need to force it. You can't even force it. It's impossible. You can't just say I forgive somebody and it happens. Like it happens when it's meant to be happen. But you can have the will, and you can say I will not take revenge because I will not go on the level of the person who hurt me. I don't want to operate on this energetical level. I have my own level. I have my own level of love and light, and I want to operate from this level. So what would my heart do? And then probably you feel more clear, more free afterwards when you say, no, I will not do the revenge. I will stay in my space, and I will operate from love. And maybe you feel released, you feel out of a prison. You feel way better than before. You feel way more pure. So always listen to your heart and see what your heart wants. To follow your heart is actually mental detoxing. So you will very often in your life come to a point where, like a fork of the road, where you need to decide for one side which way you want to go. And often those points, those moments in your life will decide about who you are and who you will become. So if you take the wrong road, it makes you to somebody else. It changes your being. You can become bitter, you can become dark, you can lose the connection to yourself, you can even lose your soul. If you go with your heart, with your real being, like if you decide what your real being would do, even if you don't really feel it because you have so many blockages, but you feel yourself with every right decision more and more, you will free yourself, you will become more and more free because you break out of your prison, all those blockages, those chains around you that are prisons, inner prisons. So breaking free of that by taking the right decisions, by going with your heart, is a huge detox. It purifies you from fears, from traumas, from habits and programs, from brainwash. You become way more clear and in alignment with yourself and your soul. Also, when you lost your soul before, you gain it back. At one point you will understand that love, forgiveness, gratitude, light, that this is your real being and the essence you are born, you're coming from. And even if you play here with darkness and light, it's always about coming back to the point beyond, to the place of love, because everything goes back to love, like even hate, anger, everything dissolves. Also hate dissolves, anger dissolves, everything dissolves. So where the resolution is dissolution, there is the love, what I already explained. So all those dark feelings go back to that point of oneness. That's why this year is more like a game of finding back into your essence and experience yourself as the being, the divine being you really are. We talked about the inner purification with love, to follow our heart. And also very important is the like how we handle emotions, our feelings, in order to purify ourselves and to break out from our prison. Because we are charged with a lot of feelings we are not even aware of, from childhood, from traumas, and we suppressed so many feelings and emotions in our subconsciousness. but it's still there. It's in our energy system. And we build a wall between us and those feelings we don't want to feel, to protect ourselves from that pain. The thing is, it's still there, it's just not integrated. So when something from us, what depends to us, is not integrated in our system, we cannot be whole. There's a break in us, like between us and our feelings, in ourselves. Aspects of our soul are not integrated. So you can't really heal, because even if you feel like you can compensate everything, you distract yourself, you watch TV, you don't need to feel that pain, what you're not even aware of, that anger. It's still there. And it's still there in aspects that cuts us from our power. We cannot be in our full power if we didn't integrate our unprocessed feelings. In our society, it's difficult to show pain, sadness, but also anger and aggression. A lot of us have those aggressive feelings, a lot of anger. I see it especially in men, and they don't really know how to live these aspects of themselves, because they are judged, and they don't want to hurt somebody. Of course, they have so much charged anger inside them that they fear that when everything comes out like at once, it would really hurt somebody or themselves, and that's totally understandable. So it's about going back to your feelings, not in your head, because when we avoid to feel something, we go in our head to analyze what's going on, to understand our feelings, to understand everything. We want to solve problems with our head, but it's not possible, because the feelings are inside us. We need to feel it inside us to come back, to break through that wall, come back to ourselves and get transparent again. Like, feel our feelings, release them by feeling. And not hold it in our subconsciousness, and it's like it's hunting us. Like in every silent moment it's coming, like it's knocking on the door. It wants to be felt, it wants to be seen. So we run away, we protect ourselves, we fight, we are hard, and all of that is our prison. We fight against ourselves, and that can feel very uncomfortable, instead of just surrendering what we really feel. So it's about authenticity, to be authentic with your feelings, to really like feel inside you what is there, and not answer automatically or act automatically, like follow habits, programs, addictions, compensations, what are just layers around us. It's about going where you really are, feel it and release it by expressing it. And all that in a responsible way, not by hurting somebody, by taking revenge, by like hit somebody, whatever. There's so many blind solutions. So be responsible with what you feel. Feel it fully, observe yourself with it, and get back your power inside your body and inside your energy system. Get whole again. Integrate those parts. And you will expand, you will grow. There will be always conflict. It's not that you now solve all the conflicts in your life and then you are healed forever. It's not working like that, unfortunately. Maybe we think, but without conflicts we can't rise, we can't expand, we can't grow, we don't experience ourselves. All that is a part of the game we are here for on earth. So we need to face it. We need to face this duality also inside us, and be transparent with it, authentic, honest. It's about honesty, honesty towards ourselves and others, responsibility. It's consciousness. We need to be conscious about what's going on in ourselves, and then understand, of course, in ourselves why it's like that. Have compassion with ourselves. In the end, it's again about love. You have a conflict, and which way do you want to go? Do you want to compensate those conflicts, or in the worst case hit somebody, hurt somebody, or do you want to take responsibility and you process the feelings, but you also embrace yourself with them. You accept yourself how you are. You don't really want to change yourself, you just want to heal, you want to transform energies inside you that don't serve you anymore, that hold you back to be in your power. And as more you feel feelings, you process, you're honest with that, you show yourself with that, and more they will just fly away, disappear. And you, even if more conflicts are coming, it's still the attitude. You walk through life with your conflicts. So by showing them, by expressing them, by integrating them, you get more and more transparent. You don't need to go on compensations and programs, and the chains will fall off from your body and your soul, and you will become way more transparent. So that the flow, the energy flow, the tantric flow inside you, the love can fill your body and help you to release like more and more conflicts. It's about opening up, and this is just possible when you break the chains, when you come back to transparency, to the depth of your soul and your energy system and your body, and you come in your depth when you really feel intense feelings and pain. And pain actually is another very important factor. We think pain is something bad, and when we feel it in that time, it really feels bad, and it's like serious for us, and still so necessary, because pain is the opposite of love and bliss. It's like that spectrum, this duality we live in. So when we feel pain, we go deep, I just explained, and on the other side there's the love. So we have all this space inside us, we can operate, and we can move in, and we can expand. We are expanding both extremes, and we move somewhere in the middle. But when we go deep in pain, we also can go deep in love. So pain is there to wake us up, actually. A lot of people, when they experience deep pain, and they handle it in the right way, by feeling it first, by transforming it inside them, by have the deep will to follow love, to follow their hearts, to forgive, to be grateful. And there's also like a lot of surrender inside that, to accept what is, and to accept that pain, and to kind of like have a mystical death in this pain. To dissolve in that. When they go this process, they heal. The energy system changes. They always get all the support by the universe, because the universe loves us. I often had the experience that the universe really loves me and does everything what it did for me to grow and to understand and to come back in my heart and to follow the right way. Every slash of the universe I really needed. And in that moment it's terrible, but when you know your direction deeply in your soul, and when you look to the light, it's way more easy for you to give up certain ego structures. We are filled with desires, expectations. We are spoiled often, like in the Western world. We are spoiled, we have so much money, we have everything what we want. A lot of people want nice cars, they want this, they want that. There's no humility. In most people there's no humility. They think they are the best. It's very... people are very present in their egos. And they don't want to give up those egos because they spend so much energy inside it. Like, they needed to build it up maybe over years. They needed to gain so much. They fought for so much, and now they shall give it up in order to feel tantric energy. Like, we hold on, our energy system holds on. Like, we keep ourselves on our claws. Yeah, the ego doesn't want to give up itself, and but the ego is also blocking us, of course, from feeling the tantric energy, because with the ego we can't really be empty. We can't really be in humility, and we can't really be grateful, or there's no grace. Yeah, it's just about what we are getting, what we are owning. So this makes us blind. And to break those ego structures and come back to humility, to gratitude, sometimes pain is necessary. It wakes us up. Yeah, it breaks something inside us. Old ego structures, old habits, old programs. We always want to make ourselves bigger. So it's actually, it can be very healing to have a deep experience what breaks us in a way, yeah, but in the right way. And then the light can shine through, like it can show us what life is about and what you really want in life. What do you really want in life? What is life about for you? Like everything what you gain here on earth, money, everything, when we go back, when we give up the body, then this will stay here. But what will come with us? Like in which state can we leave our body to flower? Yeah. So something in us, the ego, needs to die in order to receive divine energy, to receive tantric energy. And pain and suffering are little deaths inside us. We die a lot of little deaths in our life by experiencing something painful. And we take it in the right way, we grow. It's always like an initiation. And this initiation, what shows us, like when we are deep in our pain and we have this kind of initiation, that we remember love, that we know love is there, we want to follow love, then we understand the way out, we understand what we want to let grow inside us, we understand which flowers we want to grow in our garden. So it's an initiation to love, to like a rebirth, and you can fill yourself more and more with that kind of energy you want to have in your life, and what is healing for you and for others. And love and gratitude, forgiveness is it has nothing to do with your ego. It's something what is connected to your real essence. And if you are inside that, there are like doors, like bridges, where the divine energy can flow inside you. The divine energy uses those bridges, love, forgiveness, gratitude, to enter your energy system. And this heals you. The cosmic love, it heals you. It lets you flow like flower again. You can feel the tantric energy. So pain is something that helps us to die, to have inner deaths, in order to feel more humility and to open more and to understand more, to be more wise, and the energy will flow more and more. It helps us to follow our heart. That's why if pain is there, invite it, feel it, and don't run away. The fear of the fear, the running away, this is way more painful than the pain itself. Like, take the pain as a chance to find your way to the light and empty yourself. When we look at healing energy, it's also very important to understand that the ego is holding us back from the tantric energy, from the healing energy, what can run through us into the body of somebody else. So when we do the inner and outer work to purify our system, when we really open, when we invite this divine energy to flow through us, if we surrender in humility and bow our head in front of this divine high energy from the source that can flow through us, we are serving actually. Yeah, we are serving the divine energy, what heals human beings, nature, the world. Like it can heal anything. And it's important to understand that it's not us, not our ego, not we as a person who heals somebody else. So when we lie our hand like on somebody who's sick, for example, and the energy flows through us, we have a pure intention. That's already enough. If our heart is open and we have a pure intention, and we are in deep meditation and stillness, the energy can flow through us if it's wanted. If the universe wants it, it will flow through us and into the body of the other person. So I have a problem when people say they are healers, actually, because I don't consider it like that. I don't see people themselves as healers, because the healing energy doesn't come from their own like ego structure, personality. It comes from a higher space and is flowing through our heart, is flowing through talents or gifts we have. And then it has the healing energy for the other person. But we are like transparent, like we are just a tool. We are a tool from the universal love, from the tantric energy to flow into the other person like a channel. And if it helps the other person is already open to receive the divine healing power. And actually the person heals itself by recognizing the divine healing power, to let it in the system, to be grateful for that, to receive healing. So there's a healing between the universe and this person, and you are just in between as a channel, completely empty with a pure intention. If your ego comes in between, you think, oh, I'm a great healer, I healed that person now, like it was sick, but now he is healthy again. Then you get the next slap by the universe, because you need to learn humility, because otherwise it's not pure. It can't flow purely through you, and you think like you are the great healer, and it intoxicates you. It like it takes the ability rather away from you. It takes energy from you. So it's important to forget about yourself, to forget about your ego, to be in deep meditation when you work with somebody, to open. Yeah? You need to be very open for that energy, to invite it. And then it can flow through you, it can flow in everything. You don't even need to put your hand on something. It just uses you as a vessel, and your surrounding can benefit from your presence. That's important to understand in connection with Tantra. It's a kind of different to shamanism, but if you want to learn more about shamanism, then you can watch my other course also. That is way more about emotional work and work with feelings, because shamanism is directly that. Tantra is more about like being purified in the vessel, and that's why we talk here about the inner and outer cleansing. Another very important keyword in connection with Tantra is surrender. If we really want to open and receive the tantric energy, we need to surrender. There is no other way around. It's very important important for us to learn that in life, because we are fighting with everything. We are avoiding stuff. We put it beside. We don't want to feel it. We don't want to face things. We don't want to be honest. We live in our lie construct. We are afraid. We are afraid to lose everything, to lose our ego, to lose ourselves. And in the end, we are afraid of dying, of death. So the thing is, people don't know what death is, or the most people don't know what death is. They think they will die and then they will be away forever. I experienced death a lot of times. And actually, sometimes it was so beautiful that I don't have words to express it. It's like, almost like if we would live to die, like all our life and our development, just like a flower grows towards death, so when we leave our body to fully open, to fully experience bliss, dissolution, love, dissolution, there we are. I talked about that. It's the complete dissolution of our energy system into love. But people are afraid to lose their ego. We invested so much energy to build up our ego. Now we want to hold on to it. So people mostly don't wake up in life. They're stuck in life. They live in a false security. They don't take risks. They don't follow their dreams. They're stuck. And then, in the end, when they need to leave their body, they still hold on, and it can be painful to leave the body. They are afraid. They think now they are lost. So people are, the biggest fear is to die for people, to go through that door of like dissolving, though it can be the most beautiful thing on earth. Like, I think, like my experience is that death is like the ultimate orgasm. This is also what I experienced, like a cosmic orgasm, is because you surrender more and more. When you give up more and more, you wake up more and more, you expand, you understand, you feel love. And when you give up your body, you completely explode in ecstasy. It's like the ultimate bliss, love. You're completely in love because everything dissolved. Your ego dissolved. You as a human being, everything is gone, and now you are just like disappearing in love. You love yourself. But the ego is afraid. So I can tell you, it's possible to die, and you die a lot of deaths in your life. Like you're dying all the time, like little things, and you die, and something new increases. But in the end, when you really die and leave your body, you might die, but you will not find any death. You go through a door, but then there's no death. You will not find it. Like even if you search it and want it, like you don't come out of it that easily. So there's no death. It depends, like what you experience after death, like life. Like exactly, like life and death, like when I just said both, is exactly the same. Because when you go through that gate in full surrender and open to love, you come to a point where what I explained, what love is, where death meets life. And exactly at this point, what is beyond both, this is the point of Tantra. This is the point of God, the real life force. This is the point where life and death transcended. You went beyond, and this is the unity. This is the oneness everybody is talking about. This is eternity. There's no time anymore. This is the space beyond. You step out of the duality and this non-duality. Of course, it makes a difference how you die. Like if you enter this space or if you go somewhere else. But you can go through that gate and go step beyond both life and death. and you are there. And you can reach the state here on earth and your body by full surrendering. When women surrender, and I can just relate to the women because I'm a woman myself, so when we fully surrender and we give everything up in humility, we trust completely, we give up ourselves in complete trust. And I think for a woman it's easier because we can open easier. Our energy system is made for receiving, for opening, for sensation. We are soft. The female energy is, for us, it's easier, and we can feel a lot of pleasure by doing that. Like a sexual, we can feel very sexual by surrender. Because the tantric energy is also sexual. And it flows inside us and opens our heart and like gives us the dissolution of everything. And then the energy is like filling us up, this fountain of youth, this dance in between us, between the female and male energy. We feel like making love with a universe. It's a cosmic love though. And you can live it on your own, like you can experience it on your own without a partner. And then you feel what is sexual about it, but it's in a very, very pure way, like completely different like than making love with somebody. It's a pure energetical orgasm, ecstasy. How the man experiences it, I'm not sure because I'm not a man. I explained this model of Diane Richardson, where the minus from the women is in the vagina, and then here the plus is in the heart, and with the man it's the other way. So he receives in his heart, there's this minus, his female part. So I guess when he is really opening and receiving in his heart, and he receives love with trust, and he gets soft, like he is opening to a woman or to the universe, or doesn't matter, to his child, he can completely fill himself with that cosmic love, and it breaks his system. It's like also probably makes him very sexual, because it opens also his plus pole in his penis. So it's just the other way around. I think it doesn't really matter. I think for us it's very important to always remember that the secret, the key behind everything is to surrender. So when we lie in bed and we feel we feel pain around something, we can't accept something, somebody hurt us, there are like so many things we don't want to accept or embrace in our life, we fight against, to always remember ourselves to surrender, to say yes, because surrendering is like saying yes to something, a full yes to ourselves, to life, to receive. We say yes to everything, and then transformation is possible, because when you say yes to a situation, what is here, and you are here with saying yes, you are here, like straight in the situation. If you say no, like you can't be in the situation, you are here. But how can something change what is here when you are here? Not possible, right? Like there's a gap in between, so you need to be here in order that it really can change. You need to begin exactly where you are. So you can, by saying yes to something, it can change inside you, it can transform inside you. It can heal, it can dissolve even. So when you lie there with anger and you accept the anger and you surrender yourself to the anger, to yourself. You don't fight with yourself anymore. You feel the anger completely, you say yes to it, and to all the other things and circumstances. You will feel a deep resolution, and you can feel how a chain is breaking and how the energy, the tantric energy, can enter your body, and then you feel this fountain of youth, this unity, this bliss, and it's a little death because the issues you had, they just died, they are not there anymore, right? So always keep that in mind, and practice death also with that, yeah? Or dying. Because actually that's pure life. It's this point beyond what is stronger. Like love is stronger than anything, because everything dissolves. Also death, everything. That ends in love. So you can't, in the end you can't go anywhere than there. You can't go anywhere than love. Like how much you try and fight against and go here and there and try to avoid, but everything dissolves, so you will land there if you want or not. That's the good news. I guess I basically talked about everything what is important to receive the tantric energy. So the inner and outer purification. What I can add, of course, is meditation, because meditation is very important for us to become still, to step beyond our ego, to feel our body, to dissolve in the space. Yeah. The thing is that most people, they can't meditate just like that. It's not that easy to sit still and then just think about nothing. And it's not really about that, because everything what you could do can be meditation. When you just be natural and do whatever comes up, and you are in that space of stillness, then everything can be meditation. So don't try to make a construct around it or to force it. Yeah? But you can always observe yourself in whatever you do. Do everything consciously. Observe yourself, feel yourself by doing it. Be present in this moment. Feel the connection with your body. And then that's already enough. And if you can sit for 5 minutes and just breathe, or lie down and just breathe and follow your breath, it will be easier for you also in daily life to follow your breath, to come back in any moment to your breath when you realize that you flew away with your thoughts. So the breath is very important, a very good tool to always and easy connect with yourself. Also with the breath you can observe your body, and the body is very important also with the tantric energy to receive it and to feel it, because it flows in our body, since we are here in this vessel. And to be connected with your body, to really feel it, it helps you to open, to work on your issues. So body work is very important. When you can do yoga, perfect. Yoga can open you inside and outside, and it works both ways. So doing yoga, and everybody can do it, like everybody. I teach yoga, and I love to teach for beginners actually, because they always think they can't do yoga. They say, oh, I'm not flexible, I'm not made for this, I can't do it. The thing is, you don't need to make acrobatics and handstand, and I also can't do it. Yeah. It's not about gymnastics, it's about feeling your body. So you can start where you are, and if it's like, if you can't sit even like with a straight back on the ground, it's fine. Like you always find a alternative, how you can sit, what you can do. There are exercises for everybody in any state. In any state you can do yoga. You can do it very easy, and then you will become more flexible. You get more feeling for your body. You open more, and then you see the benefit for you with the yoga. So you can also do other sports, everything where you feel your body. And yoga is so good because it's also working with the breath. What you also can do is other kind of body work, massage, of course. Massage is a very good tool to feel your body. Or to give massage to somebody else, very, very good tool, also for Tantra. So Just put your hand on somebody and feel. Feel the energy of the other person. Close your eyes and breathe and come into inner stillness. Feel the energy of yourself, the energy of the other person. Connect, go really deep in connection. And then you feel the magic coming. You also can work with crystals, like feel the energy of the crystal. You can go nature, feel the energy of the tree. Play around with energies. Play around with feeling. Feel inside yourself, like touch yourself emotionally, like how are you doing? And as more you go in touch with yourself and others, something magical inside you rises. You expand, you get like a sense of life, of connection, of being alive. Like as more you feel somebody else with your hand, as more you feel that kind of magic and life and joy coming in your life, how you open up and something beautiful enters you, and you feel more beautiful. You step into eternity, connecting with somebody and something. So I wish you really to experience that, and something inside you like comes up to form a way that you see, oh, there's my gift or there's my talent, I want to follow that, and your soul know what you want. Like look for like the signs of the universe, like where does it bring you, where's the flow, where can you be natural, where do you feel your essence, where do you feel your nature, where do you want to go. The soul has a plan for you where it wants to go. So be aware of that and follow that. Take risks, step out and step up, and I really hope you find your way and wish you all the best for that. Also, I would be very excited to see you in one of my workshops. If you want to do another online course with me, I don't even know who I'm talking to. I would be very happy to see you in person and to work with you. Maybe you want to do a consciousness work session. So I wish you all the best from my heart, much love, blessings, and hope to see you